How's it going, guys? Excuse me, who have we got in? Thanks for joining, guys. Who have we got in tonight? Can you hear me? Is the sound coming through all right? Just going to wait for a bit like I normally do, see who comes in, who jumps in, who doesn't. Andy C, evening. Thanks for coming in. LT, evening. Thanks for joining. Like I said, I'm just going to wait for a couple of minutes, see who jumps in. We've got quite a few in tonight. I appreciate it. Thank you. So what you guys been doing? What you vaping on? I'm vaping still on this Noisy Cricket. This is my buffet. Noisy Cricket and Twisted Message. And in that tank, let's have a look. So in the tank, I've just got some of this Labs Ice Melonade, which was some months back, which hasn't made a return. It's the only ice flavor I will make, that I will vape, not make. And the other thing I've got on is my handmade DIY box mod Parallel 18650 with the Bonza Pro. And in that, I've got some of my G14 classified juice. It is a dessert juice, but I can't tell you anything about it. And that's what I've got on here. Dot Mod Drop Max 2 sounds nice. Let me get rid of this now and put that back up. So there's quite a few of you in tonight. Thanks for joining. Got a few jumping in and jumping out. So we'll get started. So welcome to tonight's stream. Best way to support the channel is to like and subscribe. Also, there's a buy me a coffee link pinned to the top of the comments if you wish to do so. Keeps me behind the camera and also helps to bring you good content. So today, obviously, we're going to have a drink, which I've got there. We're going to make a coil, and we're going to obviously vape something. It's not old, you know, within the 5-6 years of products. Bit too hot for them, are they? So hang on a minute, let me catch up with chat because I don't want to miss out, because I keep forgetting chat. I'm concentrating on two screens, well, two screens. So if I'm not always looking at the camera, I'm looking at comments on what I can see. So the Theron 2 with the Reload S Pro. Coconut Crunch, that sounds nice. Lunchtime in the USA. Thanks for joining, LT. Thank you. Andy C, usually on a mech, but too hot for them. Yeah, it is hot. It's absolutely boiling. I've got a tea towel around my neck that's been in the freezer. It's absolutely boiling here as well. And I'm fully open today. I've got my curtains open, windows open, so there's some breeze coming in. So anyway, guys, so I'm going to build a coil. So past couple of streams, I build just the normal coils that you would obviously encounter, like your aliens, your staggered fuse Claptons, your interlock aliens. But some of the people that are watching that might be getting into building, might not want to dive into that straight away. So I am thinking maybe a fuse Clapton just for today, just because one of the reasons why it's hot as well, and I don't want to be absolutely sweating my ninnies off. So simple fuse Clapton today. So I will be moving the camera around. I'm working with one camera, so I will be moving you around to get you into position so you can see what I'm doing and explain stuff to you. I know some people, not into building coils, or they're into pre-made coils. So if it's something that's boring for you when I get onto the coil thing, obviously you can either wait or just dip out or build something in or join on along. If you've got any questions on the meantime, just keep asking. When I'm doing my build, I might not get all of your comments, so I do apologize, and I do miss a couple of comments. Stolen time, good evening, thanks for joining. So let's get set up. So basically what I do is I'll show you the RDA that I'm building on, we do the coil, then what I'm vaping it on. So that's if you're new. So let's move this over here. So in this situation, I will be moving you in close and moving you out at times. So obviously you get a close-up of what I'm doing and a close-up of how it's spinning and stuff. So let me just adjust my chair instead of shuffling around. So I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, aren't I? So anyway, let me crack open a beer. Normally I do this before I move the camera. So today's beer of choice is just my normal coffee stout from Aldi, and just my normal glass that I use to drink. So let me crack that open and cheers everybody. I'm way ahead of the game today using my Blotto bottle opener. There we are. Let's go for the pour. So this has been in the freezer, so it's nice, ice and cold, especially for this day. So I hope you've got something nice to drink. Is it all going to fit in? And yes. So you will see me throwing stuff under my desk. If you're new, I have got a bin there. I'm not a dirty bastard. Cheers. Thanks for everybody that's here who's dipping in and out, and hashtag replay crew. So it's just my go-to stouts, nothing special. Going for drink shopping, there's hardly anything off the shelf or anything that I like, because I tend to go for stouts or sours. I'm not really an IPA person or a beer person, but this is just my speed. So I'm going to pair it with this, which is my G14 classified. It's a dessert juice that I can't talk about, but it will go really nice with this, I hope. So cheers, guys. I think I've said it before, and I've said it again. It doesn't really go with that drink, but still is tasty. Doesn't really change anything. I can taste the stout just as it is, and a bit of, gives you that sort of like custard creamy sort of taste in your mouth. Now I will be wiping myself because, like I say, it is very, very hot here. So I'll bend you down so you can see what I'm doing. So today I'm building on this. So if you're new, I keep all my RTAs and RDAs in these clear pop tubs. Keeps them clean and dust free. So this, we're looking at about 5 years, 6 years, sorry. This is the Recurve Dual. So this is the RDA that came out after the normal single coil Recurve. So that's underneath by Mike Vapes and Watofo. Trying to get no glare on there for you. Yeah. So 24 millimeters, is it? 24, 25 millimeters in diameter. Leander, thank you for joining. Nice to see you. Oh, Andy C, single malt. I'm not much of a whiskey or brandy drinker. So yeah, 24 millimeters in diameter. But that does sound nice, that. Who else is in here? So I'm just making sure that I don't miss any comments as well, because I do miss comments and I apologise. Drip tip. Can't remember if this is the drip tip that came with it, but that's the one that I've got on. I'm always interchanging, but it'll be something similar to this. So let's have a look at this. So that's the inside. It's one piece, obviously 810 drip tip with the O-ring on the inside. There is a bit of wear and banging about. Tim NZ, thanks for joining. I appreciate it, my brother. How are we doing tonight? So it's one piece and airflow there that's controlled by the deck. So that's just basically simple one-piece top cap. And you'll probably recognize this sort of deck. It's probably similar to the Blaze, just with a few less refinements on there. But it's probably one of the reasons why I haven't gone and bought a Blaze straight away, because it's slightly similar. It's not exactly the same, but yeah, need some decent O-rings on there, maybe need a change. 4-post design, drop in, airflow on the side, which you control obviously with your top cap on there. Normally your post screws are Phillips head, which I have rounded off, and also rounded off my spares. So there's just some simple hex screws in there that work, which I kind of prefer. Double O-ring, nice tolerance, and it sits nice. The tolerances are nice, and to adjust your airflow, you just spin your top cap like that. So that is currently closed. And as you turn it down, my hands are a bit sweaty with it being warm, so it does close down as you adjust. So that's what I'm building on today, guys. So what I'm going to do is, like I say, wow, that's early. Are you in the USA, aren't you, Tim MZ? Because I've seen you on other lives. But it is that is cold. I wish it was a bit cooler, but it's very sweaty over here. So I'm going to adjust you up so you can see me a bit better. I'm going to show you my setup, what I do, how I do it. Like I say, just a simple fuse Clapton, which is what I'm going to do. Question is without me obviously having to put a pole up, shall I do 24 gauge fuse Clapton or 26 gauge fuse Clapton? 24 gauge is going to be Kenthal with 36 NI80 wrapped around it. 26 gauge dual core fuse Clapton, all NI80. So I'll let you just think about that for a second. Oh, New Zealand. So I've got a little table that I've cut down here that I chopped down. So using this, just Daedalus Pro drill, because I've got it. If you've got a normal cordless drill that you use, obviously just use that. I'm using this because this is obviously what I've got. Sorry if you can hear people in the background. Everybody's out and about because obviously it's hot and it's warm. So I'm just going to put my batteries back in here that have been charging. There we are. So also I'm using this core holder from Handy Coil Factory. Just keeps my cores nice and flat and parallel. If you're doing more than multi-wire builds, keeps it nice and flat. So that's what I'm using on there. So I'm just going to pop that on there. Clamp, just to keep it all nice and steady. Just a simple cheap clamp that you can buy. So I'm just going to secure that onto my bench. And all that is going to do is going to keep it nice and steady while I'm doing stuff. So my swivel that I use is just one of these simple swivels. Move you down a bit. So it's just a simple bench vise that I attach to my bench, piece of wood with a hook on there and some ball bearing swivels. Now, if you're new and you want to get some swivels, you can get them online. You can get them from a fish tackle shop. And just use ball bearing ones. Don't use anything less because they'll just fail on you. And I'm using two just in case one fails. The other one will keep spinning. So guys, has anybody decided which one you want me to do? 24 gauge simple fuse Clapton or 26 gauge? So Andy C has said 24. Any advances on 24? So I do appreciate every one of you guys. Thanks for joining. Cheers again. I have got 2 drinks on the go also. We've even got a soft drink. Obviously my pink tumbler. And yes, I do like pink. So I'm just checking now. So are we going with 24 gauge then? Simple 24 gauge? Right, it's decided 24 gauge. So I'm going to use 24 gauge core and 36 gauge NI80 to wrap around it. So if you're new to making coils or you're just curious, I know if Leander's still in chat, I know attempting a fuse Clapton to start off with. So just simple math really. Don't go too low with the gauge on your outer wrap. I'd say about between 8 to 10 gauges up from what you're wrapping around. So I'm using more. I'm using 11. But like I say, don't go down too low, otherwise your wire on the outside is going to be nearly as thick as your core, which you don't want. The thinner your wire, the better the flavour you're going to get as well. So thanks everybody who's jumping in and out. So in this case, normally I would stretch, which I'm not going to today. I need a couple of tools, which I'm using just these cutters and some pliers, teethless. Now, normally I would pull. Let's actually see if I can pull. So I'm going to pull obviously 2 pieces of wire about equal length, and I've done that too many times now. Equal lengths. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to see if I can pull it first. Probably won't, because it's Kenthal, so it's not like NI80 where it's a thin wire and easily stretchable, but we'll have a go. So hold it tight without it slipping out your hands and give it a little tug. Has that worked? No, it hasn't worked. So what I'm going to do is, in this case, I'm just going to measure out some wire. I always measure out more than what I need for trimming and whatnot. Chuck, swivel. So I'm going to pull off about 2 30cm pieces, 300 millimeters, 12 inches. So where are we? And I'll show you how to do it, obviously, in your drill. I'm doing it in my core thing, but if you're just using a drill, you can do exactly the same thing. So just straighten it in your drill. So move that away without that coming apart. This spool has already unravelled on me twice, and anybody that's had that happen know it's a pain in the flipping arse. So, gonna open my core holder just here. Wow, there's quite a few people in. Thank you, guys. It seems to go that way, Leander. Once you start making them yourself, you don't go back to pre-made coils or anything like that, and then you realise how cheap it is. Also, it can be obviously making your own coils. So I'm going to use these. Just helps me see better, and plus I'm blind. I can't see my wire. So you will see me wearing these. It might be a good investment if you're thinking of doing it yourself. Just gives you a bit of close-up action. So there is a divot in the centre of this chuck where it'll sit. So if you've got a bent wire like that, just basically grip it. Don't hold it too tight. You just want to hold it taut and spin it. Or you're going to try and spin it. Okay. Right. Probably a rookie mistake. I probably put them in the wrong way. Which I have. It's not good, is it? Loads of mistakes. Right, so let me get this back clamped. Right, now that we've got batteries in the right way, so just hold it. You don't have to hold it really tight, and give it a spin like that, and then you'll have a nice straight piece of Kenthal there. So if you get situations where you get like a swivel or something in it, just take your pliers and just slowly move it down your wire. It'll take that kink out. So in that divot again, pull, and then same again, just grab hold of your wire, give it a little pull, a little spin, like that. Nice straight piece of wire just there. So what I'm going to do is load them both into here now, both together, parallel next to each other. Wipe my brow. So with one, I am going to put a little L in it. And the reason why I'm putting an L in it is I want a piece to stick out the core, so I've got something to load my wire on. So I'm going to make sure these are parallel together, like so. Feed them in to this chuck, and just make sure that the center and in between, obviously, that divot, which is kind of easy to do. It's not complicated. To get it in the center of there, nice and center, and then lock it in like that. So I've got a little piece there sticking out. Wow. It is hot, guys. Oasis, how we doing, my brother? Thanks for joining, my brother. I appreciate it. So in my normal builds, I normally use a guide and key rings. With this one, I don't need to do it. It's just fairly simple. It's a fused Clapton. I'm just going to trim that so it's nice and parallel. So I'm still going to run my fingers down it, make sure they're next to each other. Don't want it overlapping, because then that's when you're going to get inconsistencies with your build. So I'm going to pull this end, stick an L in it again, making sure that they're next to each other. Bring my swivel over, hook it into your swivel. Obviously I'm pulling it this way to keep it nice and taut, or I'm trying to. Just move that out a bit like that. So I'm pulling it, take the wire, flip it over, and go around your wire like that. So there we are, and we're locked in. Still nice and parallel and everything like that. So I'm going to pull my swivel so it's taut. So I want it to be not too tight, a bit of a bend in there. I want a bit of release in there. And you also want your swivels on this side to also spin. Brian Enoch, thank you for joining. So as you can see, they spin nicely. So everything's still nice and parallel. Simple fuse Clapton. So if you are doing just a normal Clapton, do it the same way with one wire. If you're doing it with multiple wires, so say like you're doing it an extra wire, you can do a 3-core fuse Clapton. What I suggest you do is if you do more than 2 cores, maybe try and use something that holds it together. I use guides, I use key rings, you can use paper clips, hair snap clips, what else? And Lego pieces you can use just to keep them all flat. If you're using 3 cores and just doing it by hand, unless you're really, really good, you can get that middle wire collapsing, creating a triangle. So with this, because it's only 2 wires, I'm not going to use any guides, any key rings. I'm just going to load my wire and then send it all the way across like that. So thanks everybody that's joined. Don't forget to hit that like and make sure you're subscribed as well. It helps a lot with the channel. So I will bring you close in here so you can see what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. I do like to get you in close so you can see. So there is a little bit of a gap there. Not to worry, that'll close up once you get going. So like that, let me see if I can lock all this in so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So that's locked in and stays there. That's perfect. So I hope you all got something nice to drink. Appreciate you all for coming. Cheers, guys. That's absolutely beautiful on a day like this, which is very, very warm. Like I say, you will see me wiping my brow and so forth. So what I'm going to do is, it doesn't matter which way you're comfortable wrapping, whether it's over the top, underneath, doesn't matter. Just do it whichever way you're comfortable. I like wrapping over the top, so that's what I'll be doing. So get my binoculars back in here, like so. Grab some tweezers. So using 36 gauge NI80 from Stealth Vape. It's not the best wire, but it's all right wire. It works, it does the trick, and it's better than the Crazy Wire company wire that I have been using for a bit now. A lot better in quality. So I'm just going to load this onto this little thing here just to make it easy. And the good thing about this is you can go all the way to the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a couple of wraps like that going. So nothing special. It is going to twist, it is going to turn, don't worry about it. So same with any other Clapton, single, dual core, triple core, whatever. Just keep it 90-degree angle, keep it nice and tight. Don't keep it loose like you would be doing an alien, because obviously you have to decore it, but obviously don't hold it too tight that you're going to distort your wire. But you want it so it locks everything in. So that's all I'm going to do, is I'm just going to keep going. And obviously with this build as well, if you mess up, you can actually go back and correct it as well. So as soon as you become off camera, I will move so you can see what I'm doing. Trying to keep an eye on chat as well, because obviously I don't want to miss comments as well, because I missed some last week and I don't want to appear rude either. So I'm going to just move you up there so you can see what I'm doing and carry on. So as you can see, there is a slight bend in the wire, which is what I want. So I've kind of messed up where there's a few gaps. So I'm just going to undo it and very carefully put my drill in the opposite way and come back. So as you can see, your wire's a bit jagged here. Don't worry about it, it should come out. Just start off very, very slow and make sure that your spool is 90 degrees, because that's why I ended up with gaps, because I wasn't 90 degrees. So I'm just sort of looking out for those jagged edges, which I still have there, just a little there, not to worry. And then just send it. Like I say, keeping it 90 degree, keeping it a bit taut. As you can see, there's a slight bend in the wire. So thanks for everybody that is here. I do appreciate you all. Thanks for dropping in or dipping in and out. So this isn't much you can really do wrong with a fused Clapton. It's more or less one of the straightforward builds that you can do. Dual core. It's one of the easy ones. But like I say, not everybody that watches my films is going to want to dive into aliens straight away. But before I learnt how to do aliens, because my relationship with aliens is weird, because when I first started, I could not do it. I could not get the stretch or anything right, the pinch or anything right. So I just stick to my usual fused Claptons. I thought just stick to that, you know what you did. And then end of last year, I sort of like, I'll try it again. I'll try doing aliens again. And for some reason, when I started doing it, after a couple of attempts, I could do it without thinking. So I went from not being able to do it at all to being able to do it. But obviously within that time, I'm watching people on YouTube as well, make Coils, Twisted Messes, Nick Divine, obviously all the old ones, Josh, M Turk, obviously other ones, old style coil builders that I keep watching, so maybe it's stuck in my head, I don't know. But yeah, just suddenly started working for me, aliens, after the second time doing it. But like I say, not everybody wants to get into aliens straight away, so I thought I'll do a normal, simple fused Clapton. So I'm going all the way to the end just there. So don't have to leave a tail on it. It's not an alien or anything where you would leave a tail on. Just cut it nice and flush, which is perfect. So nice and simple, guys, nice and simple. Right, it's not going to work because it never does. Henry never seems to want to comply when I'm trying to get good shots of my coil. I will get you a better shot once I've chopped it off and I can get it a bit closer, but it's a fused Clapton. Let me see if I take my autofocus off. Will that help if I do it like that? So yeah, helps a bit. So like I say, nice consistent, close wraps, looks like glass, 2-core, just there. Nice and simple, simple coil build. So I'm going to whip that off. And I'm going to wipe my brow again. So like I say, if you've got any questions or anything, or you're just here just to chill out, or you're not interested in making coils, obviously, like I say, the reason why I prefer to do lives rather than doing reviews, obviously I can interact obviously with my audience as I'm doing it, because obviously sometimes when you're watching somebody make a coil, you're like, oh, I wish I could ask a question while they're doing it. So this is one of the reasons. So LT, the chuck that I am using is just a simple flat core chuck from the Handy Coil factory in France. Okay, so depending on where you are, LT, you're in the US. So it's about 18, I think 18 euros for that, and then whatever it is for postage and stuff. So I don't know what it's going to be like from France to the USA, but it is the Handy Coil factory online. And not only do they do chucks, they also do building rigs, rails, drills, and stuff for making coils. It's not just this that they do. And they do stuff like guides and coil winding tools and stuff like that. So if you're looking at getting like a proper setup, doing coils, like I say, they do the rails, they do the drills, they do the swivels, and then obviously this as well. Because I'm happy with the way I'm doing it like this, and I'm slightly doing it a bit old school, obviously I like doing it like this. Like I say, I did used to use the Daedalus Pro kit when I first started. It just took the fun out of making coils. You set it up, turn the button, it did it for you. But this way, obviously, I don't know. For me, with doing it like this, you get a bit more satisfaction with the end result. You're welcome, LT. Anytime, brother. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to obviously chop that off there. Don't need my swivel now. So nice quick coil build this week. It's not even a strong drink and I'm talking bloody gibberish. So there is twists and stuff in them. So if that's something that bothers you and you don't like the twists and stuff in it, just basically put your drill in reverse, hold it at its flat end, just give it a little pull and then just move it slowly. And what that'll do is that'll take most of your things out. If it doesn't, not to worry. What will eventually happen is as you wind it, they will come out. If not, just twist it if need be. So pop that off there. So I'm just going to move a few things out of the way. Bit of housekeeping, keep everything nice and thingy. Earlier on today, I've been so busy this week, obviously with it being summer holidays and having grandkids and everything, and obviously working and stuff and doing bits. I have just been rushed off my feet completely. So hopefully Henry will play ball. So yeah, nice simple fused Clapton 24 gauge 36 on the outside. So what I'm going to do to wind my coils is from my Coil Master coil jig. So you can buy a Coil Master kit which comes with this, pliers, scissors, tweezers, stuff like that, winding stuff to get you started and get you going. I've had 1 year, so this is obviously what I'm using. So I want a 3mm. Which tools is that, Tim? Are you talking about this coil winding jig? So let me see if I get the right one. So 3mm. Yeah. So 3mm should be fine in this RDA. So simple. Now you do get a bit that goes on the end, which is one of these. I can do it without knocking everything off, which is one of these. You do get 3 of these with obviously different diameters for your, obviously your rods to wind around. I don't use this because I don't want to mess up my wraps on the outside of my core. But if you're just doing a simple round wire build, obviously use them. But obviously, with this being a retro channel, if I really wanted to, I'd use a screwdriver like we used to do back in the day, which is before these came out. Oh, the drill bolts, yeah, it's still available. I mean, everything. I mean, from the Daedalus Pro, no, that was out years ago, and I can't remember. There is somewhere that still stocks one, but no. But yeah, the chuck of the white. You mean this core holder? You mean that one there? Yeah, it is still available if you're meaning that. Sorry, Tim, if I'm not getting what you're saying. Like I say, wipe the brow. Let's go for a bit of series action. Yeah, still available. If you follow me on social media, Tim, which is Instagram and everything, if you drop me a message on Instagram, I'll send you a link to obviously where you can get it from, or exactly where you can get it from to the page. But if not, it's just Handy Coil Factory, and just look at the stuff, and it will be on there. So. Jem Redson, thanks for joining. Thank you for joining, I appreciate it. So what I'm going to do is fairly simple. I'm going to hold the flat end at the end of, on the rod, the flat pit. So I'm just going to pull you up a bit like that, because normally when I do this, I do it close and then you can't see obviously what I'm doing. So first wrap, like I say, is always your awkward one. So make sure it is nice and tight. So what I'm doing is I'm just wanting a good 5 wrap coil. So 2, 3, 4, and slowly 5. Chop that off. So that's 1. So sometimes if I've got a shorter bit of wire, I'll do it at one end and then go from the other end. I've got a long piece of wire, so I should be good just doing it, cutting it off, and then starting again. So again, hold it flat. First wrap is always your trickiest one to get it nice and close and consistent. So like I say, just a simple 5 wrap. So this used to be my signature coil that I always used to vape. Obviously, I come from a time when you started vaping, you used round wire. So that should be a nice piece for me to put in a borrowed device. You know what? Normally I would have a cuppa, but it's way too warm. So I've got a beer and I've also got some energy drink in my pink tumbler. And like I said before, yeah, I do like pink. So let's get you a close-up of these coils. So point you down, Get you in there. Come on, Henry. So see that little inconsistency just there? It shouldn't really make much of a difference. Obviously, I'm vaping it. I'm not selling these coils. If I were, obviously that wouldn't be used. But it shouldn't make too much of a difference in consistency. It's just a little blip just there, which does happen. And also can happen, obviously, when you're wrapping as well. If you stretch the outside off as well, you can do that as well. So nice, simple 2-core fuse Clapton there. So I'm going to take my rod out because I am going to be using it, obviously, to mount my coils onto the RDA. Let me get my building mod. So the mod that I use just to build is Drag 2. So this is quietly marked as well because it was my beta mod as well. So let me just quickly check on things. That connection is good, everything's good. That is perfect. So building mod, like I say, on there. So like I say, originally these did have hex or Phillips head screws in them. All of mine rounded off, so I've just got some normal hex bolts in there, 1.5. So I'm using this because this is right dead on what I need. So there's no play in the screws with this one, so this is why I like it. Because half of the time, when stuff rounds off, it's not actually okay. Okay, so I'm wrong. It's not 1.5. I believe it's 1.27. And I know that sounds weird, but you'll be surprised at some of the sizes of these. I bet this works. Let me try that. Yeah, 1.5. 1. Let me get this right. A 1.27 millimeter. Sometimes it can be slightly off, but with these black ones, they are brilliant. They're more or less precise. So I'm just backing out my post screws. Trying to stay in camera view as well. So there we are. So if I remember correctly, Mike Vapes recommended a 7mm, I think, leg length. So I'm just using one of these. The original one was the Coily tool, so I'll give a shout out to that. So 7mm, which is about there. So I'm going to do that. Cut it flush. Watch your eyes. And watch your eyes. So they didn't go everywhere. So using my rod, I'm just going to place this into the deck. Or I'm going to try and place this into the deck. So for me, what I've found is every now and then it can be a bit it can be a bit fiddly. So this one is the recurve dual Tim MZ. This is the dual, not the single coil version. I do not currently have that one yet. It's just a long list of things that I do want. But I did go for the recurve. It's one of the reasons, the recurve dual, it's one of the reasons why I haven't already got a blaze tank. Because like I say, it's sort of the same. It's sort of the same, just with a few more refinements on it. So that's a bit better. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move that out of the way, plain and simple. Do the same with this one, 7mm. And watch your eyes, even though they didn't fly off, which is good. You've got them. I haven't experienced the single coil yet, but with everything that's popping off with Thunderhead Creations and Grim Green at the moment, I want to save myself for the new recurve that's not recurve, the new recoil that's coming out. So I'm going to pull up a bit. So again, I didn't get my leg in there. No, it's always an iteration of something else. So I'm trying to get that leg into that post, which I have. It's only one of the cons that I had about this. It could be really hard to obviously get your coiling rod in there and get stuff positioned. So I want it just more or less directly in front of that airflow and center it off a bit like that. So that's what I'm looking at just there. Come on, Henry. There we are. Simple. There. Yeah, the recoil. Now, I don't know. Obviously, it's the R3 coil, but I thought it might obviously represent the third RDA, but maybe reborn as well. But don't know. I definitely want one of them. Definitely do. Just going to shut these curtains for a second. Last thing I want is people looking through. Now it's getting darker and they think I'm doing OnlyFans. Not that I will make a lot of money doing that. So yeah, basically that is it. Just there. So we're going to get some heat through them. And get them glowing nice and perfect from the inside out. So give my binoculars a bit of a wipe. So is this a new coil? Yes. So as it stands now, before heating it up, come on Henry, it's a 0.09. Obviously I'm not going to fire it at 80 watts. I'll bring it down to about 30, 35 for this one. And introduce heat. Now I'll have to forgive my camera. I can't get you right close in. Because obviously the camera in there. Might be able to if I bring you down maybe slightly more. Let's try that. So that's a bit better. So what I'm going to do is obviously some tweezers for a bit of strumming. Coil shot only fans yet. Hey, I might try that, you know. There might be some people, there is such thing as coil porn. So here we are. I'm going to slowly introduce some heat. So as you can see, we've got some heat coming through them. So I'm just going to give them a bit of a strum. Introduce some more heat, strum. Introduce more heat, give it a strum. Now, you want to be careful for hot spots and stuff like that. I have been moving them around. So if you're new to coil building, don't understand obviously what a hot spot is. So they look like little lightning bolts in your coil. And you don't want that. You want them all consistent, glowing nice. So let me get some more heat in there. So I'm going to bring up the wattage a bit more to about 50 watts. Get those coils going. There we are. That's a bit better. Strum. So they seem to be glowing more or less nice straight away. Perfect. A couple of strums and we're done, more or less. So I'm just having a quick look without trying to burn myself with the coils. I want to make sure that I've got no hot spots in there whatsoever. So give them a pinch if you want. Some people don't like to pinch, some people do like to pinch. I do all three. I pinch, I strum, and I also stretch as well. So they're about perfect. Concerned about this one a bit. There we are. Just making sure that they are tight. And there we are. Perfect. So glowing nice. One's just slightly more than the other. Keep strumming it. Perfect. Perfect. There we are. So they're nice and ready. So what I normally do here, guys, if you're not here before, or it's your first time coming, I have a quick break, quick toilet break, and to grab my other beer. It's exactly the same beer as I've got there. Give this coils time to cool down so I can get a final reading, zero out my mod. So like I say, I'm just going for a quick break, quick toilet break, grab my other beer. It'll be a couple of minutes, so just chill and relax. I do have a little hold screen just while you guys are waiting. So pop that off. Get that on. Right guys, see you in a couple of minutes guys. Stay with us.
you don't choose straight. Re-wick, refill, and vape all day. This ain't goodbye, just a little break. More bills, more chill, more clouds to make. Max or nods, we keep it lit. Clouds so thick, we never quit. Be back in a jiffy, don't you stray. Re-wick, refill, and vape all day. This ain't goodbye, just a little break. More bills, more chill, more clouds to make. We twist, it gets more than a game. Call sight, flavor on blast. Living that vape life, building fast. Maximize, we keep it lit. Clouds so thick, we never quit.
And I am back, guys. Thanks for waiting. Appreciate it.
Be back in a jiffy, don't you stray. Re-wick, refill, and vape all day. This ain't goodbye, just a little break. More bills, more chill, more.
Right. Remove that. Get that back on. And thanks for waiting, guys. Appreciate it. Right. Well, let's see what our final resistance for this coil is. Is this a new coil? Yes, it is. And we're on a 1.14. Now, I think that will change slightly because it is still a bit hot. So I will give that a couple of seconds before we re-wick. So I'll just put you up here so you can see me. I'm talking to you. So guys, who's watching? Are you enjoying the content so far? Anything I can do better to make it more enjoyable for you? Do you find it boring? Do you find it entertaining? And I don't mind you being honest. It helps me bring you a better video as well. Don't worry, I won't ban you. I won't block you. So, like I said, it's just the same beer. Just my go-to, because just everywhere with the hot weather, alcohol's been going, and the ones that I normally get didn't have, because I'm picky. If you don't know me, I have flavoured stouts and sours. I don't really drink anything else. And I don't hardly drink, really. I mean, I drink every week on my lives, but I'm not really a drinker. I do drink. So obviously this is my DIY box that I made myself, if you're not familiar with it. So it's a dual 18650 parallel with MOSFET, and just a switch just there just to turn the button off. And I went for a button on the side because I just wanted something different. You always have your button there. So I thought, put it on the side, just something different. And it hits really nice and hard. Right, has this cooled down a bit more? So this is a lot more cooler. So let me just give this a quick check. I haven't used this in a while, so I just want to check the 510 pin with my set of things without knocking the thingy. So yeah, it is loose, just a tidgy bit it was. Hey, my English is bad and I speak English, Tim. And that's without alcohol. I talk a load of gibberish. But if you know me, like I say, I'm dyslexic and got ADHD. So mind wanders, talk a load of crap and stuff like that. So now let's try. So yeah, that's a bit better. So we're resting at more or less. Come on, Henry. 0.13. So I said 0.13 twice and then a 0.14. So we're around that area-ish, like that. And I'm dropping stuff. And I don't know what I'm dropping. So, cotton that I'm going to be using is just this stuff. I got a deal on this for so many packets, that's why I use it. My preferred cotton that I like to use normally is Kendo Gold. Normal organic Japanese cotton or Firebolt. That's just my preference. Everybody's different. I've probably tried every cotton that is out there because obviously I've been vaping for a good 11, 12 years now. So yeah, it's just my preferred thingy. This isn't my preferred. It's not bad. It's not great, but I am getting to the end of this cotton. This is all I've got left of it. So there'll be some new cotton in the works. You blame it being cold. That can contribute to it. I mean, I can't blame the cold, Tim. I'm just, my head's messed up anyway. So, a nice piece of cotton. I don't think that is going to be enough because that was for a 2.5 coil. So I'm just going to take any excess off, give it the good old roll like that, and then twist the end. And then thread it through. So I probably will get 2 coils out of this. So for people that don't like to waste cotton. Oh, flipping it. That is cold. Wow. So get yourself a little pair of scissors like these. Not that I'm trying to be funny, I'm not funny. So I'm just going to move that around. I should have enough for both coils here, which is perfect. Yeah. So I'm just going to undo that a bit. I am going to just chop that end bit of what I swirled off. So they're perfect. So I appreciate you all. I know I'm conflicting with another live at the moment. So I appreciate the ones that are here. And also a big shout out to the hashtag replay crew. So I'm sort of going to thin it out. I'm not sort of like thinning it out. I just want to agitate it a bit. Just to help with that wicking. I want to pull them through just slightly. So my tolerance on my wick is not too tight, but it's not loose. So all I'm going to do with this is, normally I chop it at each end. I'm just going to pull these off. So with this, I mean, this is the way I normally tuck my wicks in anyway. But yeah, let's do a mic vapes thingy and tuck. And it's weird because I'm one of these that can use these tweezers to do the tuck and fold. Some people I know, they do it and they just pull it back out. So I don't know why I can do it this way. But yeah, I know I didn't do the mic vapes under tickle, but they're pretty thin anyway. So I don't want to thingy. Making sure that your cotton is out of the way of your coils for airflow and everything. So there we are. All nice and fluffy duffy in there. Definitely, definitely. Yeah, they do actually trim. I have actually got a pair with a really long scissor cut, but it's for fabric. But yeah, like I say, you know, just get yourself a nice small pair. The only reason why I'm really using these is because they're sharp and they're cut really, really well. I do have these ones obviously on my rack, but they don't really work. But they cut nice on there, so that's why I use them. So there, we're all wicked up and ready for juice. So what I'll do is I'll get you a juice. Hopefully, if this works, I can get you a bit of drip action just there. So what I'm going to be using is some that a friend of mine gave me, which is Steve. He's also on YouTube and social media as well. Steve Vape 2024. So if you want to, obviously head over to his social media and channel and subscribe to him. So he's given me this. This is some Del Boy's custard. Now I'm a custard person and I do like custards, but I'm really, really picky. But I must say this custard is nice and creamy. Fiskars. Are you talking about scissors, Tim? Because I do want to get myself a nice pair of scissors, but some people have also mentioned hairdressing scissors are really good as well because they're extremely sharp. But like I say, I'm using that just because that's obviously what I had around the house, which is basically what I'm doing. I'm using stuff around the house. So let's see if I can get you some drip action. There we are. Blech. That looks good. So I'm also going to pulse it as well to draw that juice in there nicely. So this does come in squonk. You do get a squonk pin. I do normally mention that normally I don't do an unboxing or what's in the box, but you get your usual spare screws, O-rings and stuff like that in there. So that's nice and ready and hitting just nicely. Now, what am I going to put it on? So I'm definitely going to put it on a mech. That's my go-to device is a mech. So I'm just going to do a bit of housekeeping as well while I'm talking. So my preferred device is a mech. I do like a mech. It's what I went to straight from a stick pen back in the day. So I went from a normal stick pen that you use, a twister pen, to mechs. But that wasn't before I did research and knew what I was doing before I did, which is very important when using mechs and different types of mechs. Obviously, you need to know your Ohm's law and battery safety. That's very, very important. So, what am I going to put it on? How's it going, Charlie? Vaping Brummy? So that's another one. If you don't follow Vaping Brummy on social media, go follow him too. He's a good friend of mine, Vaping Brummy. So this is something that I actually got a day after last week's stream. And Vaping Brummy will know. True, Gem. Which I got a day after last week's stream, which is this mech mod here. And this one I got off Steve Vape 2024 or Steve Lililem. I know that sounds weird, but the heavy hitter, and it's almost brand new. And if you're wondering what I traded it with it was that Bonza in my previous thing. Now I do want a Bonza. I'm still looking for a Bonza. I just don't like rainbow coloured ones. So heavy hitter, and I've polished it all up today. So there's the button. So constant contact switch, and it's just 1/8 of a turn and then it pops out. Constant contact there, and then a pin on the inside just there. Now you might notice that there's a black O-ring on there. There normally is a red one, which I've still got. It's in the box. I just changed it because I've got a set of O-rings and I just wanted it to go with the colour. But I do have the orange O-ring that originally come with this. Copper tube all the way through with a lining in there, a Delrin lining, just in case you've got a nick on your battery. So top cap that I've got on it comes with 2 top caps. One's a 28mm, one's a 25. I've currently got 25mm top cap, so it tapers a bit and goes thin on the inside. Hybrid device. So you need to know about hybrid devices. If you don't, you need to know about them. It's very important. But I'll give you a little rundown. So as you can see, I have cleaned it all up earlier today. Make sure all your threads and stuff are nice and clean. So it's a hybrid. So there's no pin in the center, which what most mech mods these days don't come with. But back in the day, there used to be a pin in between the bottom of your RDA and your battery. So you've got to make sure that your pin protrudes. So let me get something else up here to explain. So simple hybrid mech mod. Okay, so the one on the left you do not use on a hybrid. So the center pin is flush or recessed within those stainless steel 510 threads. Do not use that on a hybrid of this device. Don't even use a sub-ohm tank. The RDA on the right is the correct one you should be using on your hybrid mech mods, with the protruding center pin like that. It needs to be protruding. Okay, if it's not protruding like the right one, do not put it on a hybrid mech mod. Full stop. Otherwise, I'll be straight up with you. You're going to have problems and you will end up regretting it. So be safe. If you're using hybrid mech mods, you need to know obviously your safety, your RDA that you're using, and battery safety and Ohm's law. So I'm just going to pop the top off this, pop this off. So as you can see, I will show you. My center pin there is protruding. So it is protruding, so it's safe to use on this device. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my RDA on first. So this is 21700, 2700 and 18650. It doesn't come with an 18650 adapter, but if you've got one, you can use it on there. So that's what it looks like on there. So I've got a charge 21700 here. So I know this one is a Samsung 30T, which should be perfect for what I'm using it for. So vent holes at the top. Before I start jumping the gun, let me just give you a second to appreciate this. So you've got your vent holes at the top of the mech there, which is perfect. The detail just on the top is nice and beautiful, bit of nail in there. So this does come with a 28mm cap as well for your bigger RDAs or RTAs. And a slight curve there. So this is from Heavy Hitter Vape and Tenacious TX, wanting it to look a bit like the Timekeeper or give respect to the Timekeeper. That's why they use that. So there is a bit of a curve in there. Copper all the way out. So constant contact, so your battery will do that. It also is for battery adjustment, so it keeps your battery nice and tight. So that adjusts, and then you've got a pin in the center there. So you can, that is locked. It's got a locking feature, and then if you twist it like that, it will push. If not, it's nice and locked. So that's good on today's sort of mechs, that there is a locking feature. So different to normal mechs, similar to the other mechs, it's just not threaded. It's just a push in and 1/8 of a turn, which is perfect for me. So battery positive way up. If your venting holes are on the bottom, you can obviously run your battery upside down. So you've got a bit of resistance on there. So like that. So if you just release it quickly, it does pop out nice and quick. So I like that sort of feature, just in case you have any problems or situations with your mech. You can just quickly, you can get that battery out nice and quick there. So there we are. So this bottom ring that holds the switch in does come loose every now and then because you're pushing back. But yeah. And do we have power? Yes, we do, and hitting nice. So guys, this part of the review, this part of the live, I put you back over there. Okay, and we'll talk about it, have a vape on it, and have a bit of a chat as well. I know I haven't readjusted it before, but this watermark at the bottom will be here a couple of streams until I can get it removed and pay for premium, because the streaming app that I'm using is now free stuff that's normally free. They're charging you to use it now. Moist. What's moist, Charlie? I'm definitely moist. I've been sweating throughout this live. So bring you back up here. Like that. There we are. And get you back to where you were, which was about here, and you get a bit of a wide angle view of my room just here. There we are. Get rid of some of this stuff, make it tidy. I will say, you guys are the only people that see this bench tidy, because the rest of the week it is absolutely messy, or what I like to call organized chaos, really. So bring you down just a touch. There we are. Yeah, well, obviously you know which one that I'm using. I'm using Prism, and it's probably the easiest app that I can use compared to OBS. That's just a bit, you know, complicated for me. It probably wouldn't be if I learned how to use it. It probably wouldn't be, but I just find this app, the Prism app, it works a lot better for me. Just move you a bit. Oh, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, obviously you've got that watermark there, but it is annoying for people. So let's just take a second to appreciate this piece. So, recurve. Come on, Henry. Come on, Henry. Henry. Play ball, Henry. There we are. So we've got the recurve, which is not black, but it's sort of like a gunmetal. And then we've got the coated copper heavy hitter there. And I do actually like this mech. It is beautiful. And obviously the switch. Come on, Henry. Come on. Come on, Henry. You gonna let me do this? But anyway, there we are. There's the button. Beautiful button. on there. It is. It is. Oh, and it's nice and naughty as well. So let's get the second beer poured. So like I say, it's just my go-to at the moment because beer shopping, they had nothing what I liked. And with the weather, everybody's enjoying it and drinking and enjoying themselves. So like I say, this is just my go-to using my Vaping Bogan Blotto bottle opener. And pour time. So this is still nice and ice cold. Like I say, I have had it in the freezer. There we are. So cheers guys. I appreciate all of you and love all of you that have been here, that have been dipping in and out. I do appreciate it. Iron Brew's good. Cheers, Jem, with the Iron Brew. Everybody, hashtag Replay Crew. You're on Shandy's, are you? Very, very, very peculiar that you're on Shandy's, Charlie. Hi, Sean Lynch. Nice to meet you. So, second beer. Cheers, guys. Like I say, if you haven't already, the best way to support this channel is to like and subscribe. There's also a buy me a coffee pinned to the top of the comments if you wish to do so. All that does is it keeps me behind the camera and bringing you good content, and it helps with the channel as well. Anybody that does buy me a coffee will get a shout out on the following week's stream. Just to say thank you, basically. But you're not obligated to do that. Just sit back and relax and chill. So, bye, Ozzy. Thanks for joining, my brother. I appreciate you joining. So, I've got that. I've got some Del Boys custard that I got from my friend Steve Vape 2024. He's, like I say, he's also on social media and YouTube as well. So go check him out as well. So no crackle, but it's definitely hitting hard. So I've got it fully open to begin with, all the way across the board. Fully open. Cheers, guys. Wow. Maybe just a little bit more juice on there might help. And this week, that's not my throat. I haven't put enough juice on there. All right, let's try again. Fully open. How's it going, Jaff? Thanks for dropping in, brother. And that's another one as well. If you're new here, you don't follow Jaff, go follow Jaff as well. He's on social media and got a YouTube channel. Go check him out as well. I don't know what it's like there up where you are, Jaff, but it's absolutely boiling here. Down here. I think you've had rain past couple of days, have you? Or has it been nice? Thank you all for joining. So let's pair this custard with the coffee stout and see where we go from there. So simple fused Clapton on there, 22 gauge core, 36 on the outside. Because like I say, if you're new, you might not always want to jump straight into Aliens. On the heavy hitter there, 21,700. Are you melting? Oh yeah, you are in bloody London, aren't you? Keep forgetting that, Jaff. I think it's the accent. So let's have a pair with this. I think the coffee and the custard will go together. But let's have a little too. Yeah, that does. It's not what I was expecting. It definitely makes that custard creamy, but it makes it taste a bit like a coffee cream. I'm always confused, Jeff. I'm always confused. So let me just mute this. And we're back. Can you hear me, guys? I just wanted to turn the sound off while I blew my nose. That's how much are you insured for, Jeff? So yeah, this is hitting really nice. Now I will say that this Del Boy's custard is just a tidgy bit menthol. Is that for me, Jeff, or people in the comments? This is what I've built today and what I'm using. Recurve Dual and the Heavy Hitter. My buffet from earlier. I'm still on this, Jeff. Twisted Messes and the Noisy Cricket. And my DIY box mod that I made myself with the Bonza Pro on there. So yeah, I traded this, Jeff, for that Bonza kit that I had because I didn't like the rainbow colour, and somebody wanted it really bad, so I did a trade with that. But I am still looking for a Bonza kit. Yeah, I made two, Jeff. That one's a parallel 18650. Something I've always wanted to do. Yeah, I'll give you a quick peek inside. Some ODB booby wraps, MOSFET there, switch there for just the outer switch. And I put the switch on the side just to be different. Well, if anybody is watching has got a Bonza kit, remember me first before Jaff. Because if you follow Jaff and seen the amount of stuff that he's got, he needs to chill out a bit. Ooh, that'd be nice. That'd be nice, Jaff. And then this is the other one I made, Jaff. This is a series Dual 18650. Same sort of thing, MOSFET and switch inside. Only the button's on the front and it's in the middle, so I can use my middle button. Just something different. I'm sick of buttons either being here and stuff like that, and I find it quite comfortable. Are you talking to me, Jeff? You'll give me one? You're going to make people in the chat extremely jealous, you know. Need some more. Like I say, this is a Del Boy's custard, but what he gave me, I must have had some menthol juice in there, so it is a bit kicky, but you can still taste the Still taste the custard. That's what's making me cough. I'm not an ice person. All right. That's brilliant. Just drop me a message, Jeff. You know where I am. That's beautiful, my brother. Love. Thank you. So, yeah. So if you've never used a recurve, flavour perfect on it. Building it can be a bit, you saw the way I built it. Getting those coils in, especially when you're using a rod, can be a bit tricky. But apart from that, once you're in and you're locked down, you're burning all right. Like I said, I have switched the post screws out for hex screws because both the ones that came with it and my spare ones, the Phillips head just rounded off on me. So it's fairly easy to build on. It's just a bit lower. 6 airflow holes there, all the way open. Right. Tim MZ. I'm just keeping on so I don't miss because I keep missing thingies. Wow. Just making sure. Can do. That's not a problem. I mean, there's a few people actually want me to join. There's the vaping Bick, he wants me to join. Obviously you. I think there's somebody else as well. But yeah, that might be a good idea. It's just obviously getting the time with it being summer holidays. I'm always busy, and but yeah, we'll definitely work something out, Jeff, because it's obviously Friday, so I should be able to. I'm trying my best, Jeff. But yeah, I do appreciate that. Yeah, get me out there. Definitely. It's all about the community, love, and all that. It's not all about flipping me, like some people can be. At 8:30, don't you mean 8, Jeff? If you know, you know. This is kicking ass. Now I do have a couple 21700 mechs, but this is hitting like a motherfucker, this. Yeah, Bick is a legend. The only problem is with him is his streams on a Sunday, and Sunday I'm normally with family. So with that one, it's one of those situations where I have to make alternative arrangements to join his live stream. But obviously he wants me to do the same as well. Just come on, maybe do some builds and not installations. No dig at anybody. It's just once you get used to making your own coils, like Leander, I don't know if Leander's still in the chat, still watching. As she said earlier on in the live stream, you know, she'll never, oh, she, I don't even know if it's a she or a he. So, sorry, it's the drink. So, once you start making your own coils, the thing is, some people it doesn't click with, but obviously you've got those beautiful people out there that make coils like Coil Magician, Dave Watman. You got other ones that can't come off the top of my head. But they're obviously good people that do good quality coils. Steamcraft as well, they do good coils as well. If you watch Jaff uses some Steamcraft coils as well. CC coils as well, yeah. CC Coils has also got a YouTube channel, so if you don't follow him, go follow him as well. Ohms Coils as well. There's loads of people out there. That's just why I wanted to do something just a little bit different, just in case you're getting into building. That's why when I go into my building, I do it in a lot of detail. Hopefully so people can obviously understand it and obviously get what I'm saying. I do not think so. Wow. Imagine what my face would look like with a 0.06 builds on my series. Wow. Mind you, though, coils will probably melt before I even get a hit of it. Oh, wow. Aren't we all, Charles? Aren't we all? Yeah, Orices. That's another one that I want, the Orices. Stainless steel, obviously 316, a bit like NI80. It's a lower resistance wire, and obviously ramp up time is mega quick, just like NI80. And what I like about this as well is I'm not getting any heat from the tube. It's coated. It has held up. I mean, I wear obviously my wedding ring and my ring on my thumb, and I've been worried about scratching it, but coating has held up. If I do ever scratch it, I'll probably take it all the way back to copper, but that is just beautiful. It feels nice in the hand. It's not shiny. It's sort of like a satin, sort of like a matte sort of finish on it, and it feels beautiful in the hand, the curve in the hand. So yeah, those fuse Claptons are kicking ass. Also, if you're on the replay, if you want me to do different coils, don't be getting all excited about coils. I only make the easier coils. So the most popular ones, aliens, different wire combinations, 2-core, 4-core aliens, interlock aliens, fuse Claptons, staggered fuse Claptons. So, you know, that's what I tend to stick with because that's what most people vape. I mean, your more exotic coils obviously takes a bit more time, like your framed fuse Claptons and stuff like that. So there's different. So I tend to stick to the, you know, the ones people use the most. But like today, I just did a normal fuse Clapton because not everybody that joins wants to dive straight into aliens. Wow. Let's hope you use that on a regulated or a dual parallel mod. And you can't complain with free wire. I mean, a friend of mine, a couple of years back, just gave me a box whole load of stuff. Gave me a box full because he doesn't use it and he knows that I do it. He knows that I build. He knows that I vape a lot as well. I mean, you only have to look at my room to know that I've got quite a bit of stuff. Not a big collection. I'm always adding to it. I'm always adding to my collection. But with me having to pay for stuff myself, obviously stuff gets a bit dragged out. There is something that I really, really want. And a few people have got it. But I'm not telling anybody because I don't want people to buy it all. Yeah, a lot safer. Mind you, I can't talk. I push my boundaries, but I've been doing it for 11, 12 years. So a bit like Birdie, I do push my limits, but I know what I'm looking out for as well. I think I've had on this one, my OG, because it's 4 batteries. I think I have been down to a 0.06 on that, but I'm happy. Batteries can... Tell you what is, Jeff? So I also like that you can lock. Nah. If you're asking me what you mean, what I really want that I'm not telling people so people don't buy it. Is that what you mean? I can tell you straight away. You've got one. Jaff, you've definitely got one. I don't know if anybody else has got one, but I don't know how many they're going to have. Shall I tell you? If you lot start going buying them all and I don't get a chance to get it, but I'll be honest with you, I'll tell you. It's the Sidekick mech mod. I really want the Sidekick mech mod. And I know Jaff's got one. Birdie's been posting. He's got one. Everybody's got one. But yeah, the Sidekick from MCV and is it Times Vape? Yeah. Jem, you've got one. Tim, you've got one. It's e-cig that I want it from, but I want to, obviously, I don't have the money to put out the full amount of money for it. So it was e-cig one that I did want to get one, but I wanted to pay for it with Kalana. But yeah, it's a copper one or a brass one that I'm after. Okay, I'll remind you, mate. So Tim MZ e-cig one was sold out, but I got an email earlier on today to say that that they're back in stock earlier on today. So they've got all of them in stock. Yeah. That would be much appreciated if you could do that. I don't know when I'm be able to buy it. I won't be able to buy it straight away. But if you could do that for me, Jaff, I would really, really would appreciate that. For cleaning. Listen, if I had the money, I'd have all 3 of them. But I do want either a copper or a brass one. I'm not bothered which one. I prefer copper or brass over stainless steel. But I don't mind. I'm one of these that vapes that likes everything about vaping. From cleaning up mechs, whether they're copper or what have you, to even cleaning my RTAs and RTAs, I love that part of the process. A lot of people are like, oh, can't be arsed cleaning all my tanks and my RDAs, but I love it. You know, cleaning them, and I go that step extra. A lot of people throw the stuff in and clean it, or put it into an ultrasonic cleaner and clean them. But I'll break it down completely. If I can take the positive pin out and the negative post, positive and negative post out, I'll take them out. Excuse me. I'll take them out as well and clean it completely. I'll break it completely down is what I'll do. But I enjoy doing it like that. I don't know why. It's where I can just chill and be calm. It's sort of like my happy place, just like making coils is my happy place. You know, if I just want to relax, I'll clean something, clean a mech, clean my tanks and stuff. But for a lot of people, it's a pain. You see, that's weird because for years now, when I clean my stuff, I know it sounds weird, but do you know Sterident tablets? Not the flavoured ones, mint ones, just plain ones. Sterident tablets. I'll put that in some nearly hot water and I'll drop all my stuff in. And it seems to get all the smell, all the taste out of it. And it works for me. That's what works for me. But yeah, I mean, even Birdie, he dropped in, I think last week or a couple of weeks before. He did say to use a bit of citric acid. He says that gets all the crap off. Or vodka, yeah. That's another thing, cheap vodka. But I think if my wife saw me using vodka, I'd get smacked around the head with a frying pan for wasting alcohol. So, Jeff, if you're talking about the Sterident, it's the blue ones, the non-flavoured ones, because you get mint ones and other ones, just thingy. So, if you've got like 2 or 3 RDAs, use half a tablet. If you've got a whole load of them, use a full tablet. And I normally soak them about half an hour, and then I give them a day or two to dry. And yeah, I find that way that it doesn't have the smell of my liquid. Or if I'm building on it, I don't obviously get that taste as well from older liquid, whether it's dessert juices or fruity juices that I'm vaping on. Thanks for popping in, Jeff. I will drop you a message. Thanks for dropping in. Go check Jeff out. Jeff out if you don't already. Good man. Go support his channel. Jeff's probably busy doing all his editing and stuff. But yeah, thanks for joining, Jeff. I'll be wrapping up soon in a couple of minutes anyway. It's been lovely chatting to you all. Have a good one, Jeff, and I'll see you soon. Or I'll speak to you soon. Anytime, brother. Vaping community is about love. So, guys, yeah. So, this week I've done a bit better. I've talked about what I'm using a bit more. I'm keeping up with chat as well and trying to look back on chat to make sure I don't miss anything. So I do appreciate it. So if this is the type of content that you like, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Okay. So like I said, there is a buy me a coffee link pinned up if you wish to do so. That's for you guys and people on the hashtag replay. Also, YouTube, this is just an educational video. Most of what I've got you can't buy now, so I'm just showing off, okay? And showing my experience with people. I'm not asking anybody to buy anything, but yeah, don't give me a strike. It's all about love. So that's that. I think I've covered all areas, because obviously people know that watch that YouTube does not like us. Now, normally, excuse me. So normally I would chop that down a bit. So I'm gonna chop it down to, oh, you can't see. So I'm gonna chop it down to 4 holes. Just there. And we'll see how that goes. Now that did elevate it a bit. Birdman, just talking about you, brother. Thanks for joining. We're nearly wrapping up. This is what we're on today. Heavy hitter. Recurve dual. I've just got a normal, simple fuse Clapton on there, 24 gauge, 38. And it's sitting good. Now, the flavour did elevate with that, but it's making me cough even more than what I'm already coughing. So, I don't know if Jaff is still here. He did just leave, so he might not respond. Hanky Panky, how we doing? Big shout out to Hanky Panky today. I have been absolutely so busy this week and today. Hanky Panky went and shared my live stream, so love, brother. I appreciate it. Thanks for sharing that. I really do appreciate it. And if you don't follow Hanky Panky on social media, get down and start following. Just making sure the stream has been good. I haven't had any issues, which is good. Wow. So, Steve, if you watching this, it was definitely a bad idea putting that juice in a bottle that did have menthol in it. Wow. Because I don't do menthol. Apart from obviously that ice melonade from Dark Star, but that's only got a slight hint of ice in it. But I think that had menthol in it. But still, Hanky, thanks, brother. Love, you sexy beast. And I don't say that about many men as well. Wow. That juice is ripping out my throat. I don't even think it was his fault. It's just that I'd gone to go see him. Steve-O! Thanks, Steve-O, for dropping in. And again, if you don't follow Steve-O as well, go hit his channel up as well. He does a live as well every Monday, UK time, midnight. Go check his stuff out as well. Go subscribe to him. He's brilliant. So anyway, as I was saying, I don't even think it was his fault. He just put me some in a bottle and then said, I think it had menthol in it. And it's absolutely ripping out my throat. Right, that's a bit better. So we're more or less dry. Let me stick a completely different juice on here. So what I think we'll go with coffee. Let's go into my drawer. Is some peanut butter juice. I think peanut butter will go with coffee. Steve-O, have you had peanut butter with the coffee? Because Steve-O drinks coffee. And he does love a peanut butter. There we are. Alright, let's see if that's... Well. So, fully open. Got some peanut butter juice in there. Let's hopefully this doesn't rip my throat out. A lot better. A lot better. Wow, that peanut butter juice hasn't half got a lot better. So yeah, I've got a coffee stout here, Steve-O. So let's pair it with this. This is a lot better. So hell yeah, that does go good with coffee. It's getting very, very cloudy in here. But this is hitting like a fucker, this. Hell yeah, that's a lot better. A lot better. It's good to see you all chatting. It's lovely, and I appreciate you all for coming as well. And a lot of you do give me shout outs as well. Like I say, Steve-O gives me a shout out, sends people to my stream. Jaff has given me a shout out, send people to my stream. A few other that's not coming to mind because I'm a bit tipsy. I've had 2 beers. And then also other people on social media give me a shout out. So I appreciate each and every one of you. It's the way to get noticed, Yeah, definitely enjoying that peanut butter one in there. And it's got better since last time I vaped it, but it has been in my drawer steeping. And as you can see, no coughing. So it's definitely the menthol in that juice. Wow. I've had a lot of people in today, and I do appreciate it. I love you all. I think you're great. I think it's nice that you're interested in this sort of content and stuff. It's just mind-blowing. Like I say, I do conflict with another live stream as well, so people will be dipping in and out of that and this. Okay, Hanky. Wow. I appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. And like I say, the only gentleman that I'll say you're a sexy motherfucker as well. No, this isn't gay shit. This is man shit. For anybody who's watching on the replay. Hell yeah, that is kicking ass, that. What did you have, Hanky? Only 8 lines to do. I bet you did that in like a couple of seconds. Remember when you used to do lines in school? Now, I might be showing my age here. But yeah, when you did lines in school, I don't know if people just wrote the line out or they just used to do one letter and then do it all the way down underneath. And I must admit, I did do that a couple of times in school because it fit on one line. So I used to do like I's and then wills and then nots and then talks and then ins and then classroom. Yeah, that juice is a lot better. So I've run out of beer, so I'm back onto my pink tumbler, which has got ice and energy drink in there. You used to do the same as well, Jem. And you vaping Brummy as well, yeah. It only was tricky if it fit on 2 lines, because then if you did that, you guarantee about 50 thingies down, you'll miss a line and you'll be like, shit, I have to do it again. Ooh, 1,000 lines, flipping it. Savage 62. Thank you, brother, for joining. Like I said, I was finishing up, but a lot of people have joined and said hello, so I'm talking and stuff. So yeah, I appreciate it. Savage 62. I do watch you, Savage, but I'm one of these that when I do watch, I'm more the quiet person in the chat because I'm dyslexic and got ADHD. So when I'm writing a comment, it's probably 5 or 10 minutes, and I think to myself, what's the point? You know, because I'll put it and then people will be like, weren't we talking about that 10 minutes ago? So I am one of these that is very quiet when I'm watching lives. So I do appreciate it. Love you all. I'm loving all the support and all the people that have jumped in. I really do appreciate it. Could do that. And for anybody that's in the chat now or on the replay crew that doesn't watch Savage62 on YouTube, go hit his channel up. Some of these people that I'm giving a shout out to doesn't need no introduction whatsoever. I'm just, if you've stumbled across my live stream and you don't follow these people, go hit them up as well. So Savage62, yeah, go hit him up if you don't know him. So yeah, I am really enjoying this heavy hitter as well. The recurve jewel. Hell yes, Hanky, go on. You're welcome, Savage. I don't even think you need any introduction anyway, because I'm sure the people that are here live now, and probably some of the people that watch hashtag crew, probably already follow you. I'm just giving you a shout out, brother. Jem, are you on Facebook as well? Are you Facebook? Are you on YouTube as well? So yeah, if you've just joined, this is what I've built and using today. It's not much retro. It is sort of like on your 5-year threshold. But like I say, what I call retro and what everybody else calls retro might be two totally different things. I'm more like 5 years and above, or if the company's brought out so many device, well, not a company, if a device similar, 10 or 15 has come out after that. That's technically what I call retro. Because you've probably forgotten about what you bought 5 years ago, or 10 or 15 devices after you bought that. Don't say that, Charles, man. Vaping Brummy. Don't say that. So this as well, homemade box mod, Joule 18650 I made myself. Bonza Pro. I cannot rate this RDA enough. Works good in every which way. I've used it, dual coil, single coil, squonk, mech, regulated device. You know, it's good. Yeah. Yeah. So like I say, yeah, that tends to be my sort of threshold, or like I say, 10, 15 products, not from that company, but from different companies that brought out something similar. Because if I'm honest, I mean, I use all my stuff. I use it daily. So it's a good, most people, once they buy stuff after maybe the third or fourth thing that they buy, they tend to forget what they use. Unless you've been vaping as long as me, 11, 12 years, and you still vape all your stuff, I still do. I still vape all my old stuff, even stuff that I can say that even competes with some of today's RDAs and RTAs. Still has good flavour and still can compete. And Steve-O's in the chat. I watched his live and he did mention that somebody suggested doing a dual coil with a single coil reducer, which I have tried. And sort of elevates it a bit. Not much of a difference, but does elevate it a bit. How's football been on? I'm not much of a football watcher. You like the box, do you, Charles? That's it. Frames Jenkins. I always forget that name. So shout out for Frame Jenkins and also shout out for Steve-O because I got that idea obviously from his live stream. And like I say, it does elevate the flavour just a bit, but not much. There is a slight edge on it. But if you're going to do a dual coil with a single coil reducer, you're better off doing a 2mm coil or a 2.5mm coil on it. And then also this as well. Noisy Cricket, Twisted Messes, OG. Hitting Like a Mother. Yeah. So the new people that jumped in, Savage62, Steve-O, what are you vaping on this evening? Hanky Panky, what are you vaping on? If you're still in the chat. That peanut butter. Ooh, peanut butter's gorgeous. So if you know me or you're getting to know me, I'm a dessert vapor. Always vape desserts. I do vape fruity flavors every now and then when I fancy it or if I get vapor's tongue. But different people deal with vapor's tongue differently. For me, coffee beans work. Sniff on some coffee beans for me. And some people resets the senses. You can taste your juice again. Doesn't always work for everybody. Doesn't always work for me. So I'll vape something fruity to obviously get that change of taste in my mouth. Oh, Tayful 4. Wow. Zeus juice. Oh, nice. I think somebody else is on the Dot Pod as well, Dot Pod Max, or was in there in earlier. Squonk as well. I'm not much of a squonker, but I do like squonking. And it's coming back. Just like Mex, they're coming back. So if you've obviously you just joined, I am trying to get I want to get my hands on the Sidekick, but because obviously I buy all my stuff, obviously at the moment I don't have the money to obviously put out for the full amount of money. But the website that I want, eSig1, where I can pay on Klarna, is good. But Jaff's going to put in a good word, so shout out to Jaff. If you don't follow Jaff, go follow him. Yeah, I've never tried that. Is that for Vapor's Tongue, Gem? Recoil Rebel. Drag4's really nice as well. RDA for vaping, that's another one I want to get my hands on. Dreamer Mod, Dreamer Mac, hell yes. Steve-O. Strawberry and lychee sherbet. Sorry, I missed that, Steve-O. That sounds gorgeous, that. VC Parsons, oh. Broomhilda. Now, Broomhilda is one that I do want to get my hands on. Definitely not an MTL because I'm not an MTL vapor. I have tried it. It's not my speed. I've always been a sub-ohm vapor, and that's the way I've been for years. Fresh hashtag free stuff. Hell yeah. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. You see, this is where I'm slightly different to people. Me, I rebuild but I don't make my own juice. Where people use pre-made coils and they'll make the juice like Steve-O. Just trying not to miss any chat. Because like I say, past few streams, I don't talk about much of what I'm doing. And obviously the chat. So I'm trying to keep an eye on chat as well. Hey Savage, how do you know I'm Yorkshire? Have I got a Yorkshire accent? I am Yorkshire. But can you tell that in my accent? Or you just thought MTL, I'm a type for... Mixed ether. Yeah. Ether RTA is heard is good. Vaping Brummy. And you like your Zeus juice as well, don't you, Charles? Pontefract. Savage. Thanks, Hanky Panky. Thanks for dropping in, bro. I appreciate it. And thanks for showing my live earlier on today because I've been so busy, I completely forgot. So shout out to you, Hanky Panky. Love, brother. Thanks for joining. But yeah, Savage 62, Pontefract. So, okay then, Charles Vaping Brummy. What's your favourite Zeus juice? Because I've never tried Zeus juice because I'm too picky. And this is just kicking ass. I love this Mac. So I like it in the hand. Like I said, I did get this a day after last week's stream. Did a trade for the Rainbow Bonza, even though I'm still looking for a Bonza, just not in Rainbow stainless steel. Wow. I don't get on with cherry vapes because I tend to get that sort of medicinal taste from cherry. So it's a bit, I don't know, when I vape cherry, it's like I'm vaping tunes. Not so much the sort of like menthol flavour of tunes, but you still get that sort of like medicinal, for me, medicinal taste in cherries. So I don't know if you get the same thing and that's what you like with it, but cherry, I don't know, it's a bit medicine-y for me. Now, Jem, I do like tunes, I just don't like it in a vape. Like I say, I'm not a menthol user. Or an ice flavored, but like I say, this is the only one that I liked because it's got a hint of ice in it, and that was a Dark Star Labs. That hasn't made a return. Oh, Iron Brew. Is that an ice flavour, Charles? Or is it just Iron Brew? Bacon Shake, I haven't used that brand in years. Rhubarb, yeah. Yeah. Wow. The thing is though, you talk about juices, or everybody in the chat that's um, I'm too picky with juices, and if I can't try it before I buy it, I will not buy it. So I have somebody who makes my juice. He knows my flavour and my flavour profile that I like, and just everything. Um, he just makes everything spot on for me. Right, have I missed something here? I don't want to be. So savagely, so you don't get with strawberry. I'm a bit like that with strawberry. It's hit and miss with strawberry. I'm just making sure that I don't. Savagely, tobacco flavors. Now, I've never been a tobacco flavor because when I stopped vaping, the last thing I wanted was sort of like a cigarette taste to my juice. But you know, but am I assuming that it's not just tobacco? Is it just tobacco or RY4s and stuff with flavouring or stuff? Yeah, but strawberry's different, Steve-O. I've found either strawberry is like Savage says, you can't taste it. I get that, or it's too candy-ish. For me. But I did start on fruit flavors to begin with, which was all right. But then I don't know if anybody remembers or been vaping as long as me, penguin juice. Back in the day when Cosmic Fog and Space Jam were all in the range, back then, back in 2013, 14 and all that. Penguin juice, mumble, that got me onto dessert flavours. Oh yeah, strawberry, like a candy sort of. Yeah, it's a bit like banana. Really, it's hard to get that genuine strawberry or banana taste. Savage, your strawberry blind. Boom juice as well. Yeah, boom juice. Wow. Strawberry Delight back in the day was my favourite from Boom Juice. Wow. So, Jem, were you just saying that the Boom Juice was your first ever flavour, or the Penguin that I mentioned? I'm sorry. Oh, Boom Juice. See, I'm not a nice person, Savage. But I don't know if anybody else finds that with certain flavours like strawberry and and banana, the more candier flavors rather than the real thing. What else? Obviously, like that with chocolate. Chocolate can be a hard one. I mean, Element Vapes, that was another really popular one. I don't know if Element Vapes are still going, but their strawberry lemonade was really nice, but obviously their juices used to gunk up your coils very, very quickly. But suppose that was the day where it was higher VG as well. So back then your VG was 80% or above. Yes, I do as well, Jem. Exactly. And taste is subjective as well. So I will mention as well, if you've seen obviously posts, obviously for vapors at the moment that are going to be taxed heavily, make sure you sign that petition as well. If you haven't already, I'm assuming most of you have. I have as well. 30 mils. Oh my God. Yeah. I'm with you, Steve. Oh yeah, I prefer desserts. Yeah. When juice was probably a lot expensive than it is now, but obviously with the new rules and tax that are coming in, it's going to be even more than what we used to pay. But yeah, where you'd pay 30, 40, 50 quid for a 60 mil of juice or 120 mil of juice. Thanks, Vaping Brummy. Thanks for joining, brother. Appreciate it. I mean, I have run long because a lot of people are chatting and being in, which I love. This is one of the things I like about having a retro vape channel as well. You can talk a bit about the olden days, especially if you've been vaping as long as I have as well. Bit of nostalgia as well, and seeing stuff from the past, because I do have a lot of old stuff that I will get round to doing. I just think to myself, sometimes, especially today in the UK where it's hot in certain parts, oh, I want messing around with a 3-post deck. Yeah. Kangatech. Now, I still have the original Subtank Mini, and I still have this from Kangatech that I don't really use a lot, but it was the Kangatech Squonk, which is basically a mech, and a bit of wire on there because the magnetic doors. But yeah, that's Kangatech. Single 18650, works like a mech or bypass. Silica, flipping it, that's going back. Yeah, Savage. That's probably one of the reasons why I do retro stuff, because stuff that cost a lot of money back then costs absolute peanuts now. And I have got quite a few bits that obviously that were like hundreds of pounds years ago, but obviously are not now. The leaky box, yeah, I remember that. Craig D, thanks for jumping in, brother. Appreciate it. You only like wattage. Appreciate all you guys. It's been really, really busy today, and I appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot, guys. But Jem, yeah, the leaky one, the one that hold about 10 mils. Is that the one that you're talking about? Yeah, Steve, all the leak box. I can't remember what the device were called, but I think it took really, really long coils, hold about 10 mils, and it didn't matter whether you stood it up, laid it on its side, or anything. Wow, it used to leak. When I worked in a vape shop, people used to bring them back, even when I used to tell them, don't bother. You're going to be back today or tomorrow. The drip box. Steve, I don't think it was the drip box. Yeah. Jem, you have one brand new. Yeah. I can't remember what the name was. Let me have a quick look on here. I'm just have a quick look on my computer here. The knee box. There we are. Jem, you've just said it, and I've just seen it on here. Yeah, the knee box. Boy. And we used to have problems with the sub-VOD as well. Don't know if you remember with the sub-VOD. They used to flip and leak like, oh, I don't know what. And the company that I worked for wanted you to push them out, which we didn't. I wasn't going to do that to my customers. I wasn't going to sell them something that they were going to bring back and then for them not to ever come back in again. So people used to come in for them, the sub-VODs, and they used to say, don't bother. Ooh, top 3 films, eh? Well, I think one definitely has to be Back to the Future. Oh, I like so many. But Back to the Future is definitely in there. Wow. So yeah, Back to the Future. This one might be a bit. Some people know it, some people won't. But To Kill a Mockingbird, I do like that. The all black and white with Gregory Pekin, I do like that. One of my old time favourites, To Kill a Mockingbird. I'm just thinking of a third one now. I'm just thinking of ones that I tend to go towards. Subo, I've never seen it. Anybody else in chat as well? What's your top 3? Green Mile, that's another good one. Now I do watch that. I could say it was one of my top threes, but I've got loads of movies and I like a lot of old movies as well. So it's hard, really hard. I'm just trying to think now of all the movies that I've got and all the movies that I have watched. What would be my third one? But Back to the Future for definite. To Kill a Mockingbird. Green Mile is definitely up there for one of my favourite movies. Oh. Yeah, movies. Steve-O. Oh, Savage, yeah. It could actually be that one, actually. Eagles Dare. Oh, Gem, Godfather's Lurking. Now, you just mentioning that, maybe that would probably be my top three Godfather movies. So probably Back to the Future, Godfather, To Kill a Mockingbird. Anybody had asked me, do you want to watch that? I can watch them over and over and over again. Great Escape, that's another good one. Wow. Definitely. But I watch a lot of movies. I like more of the older type movies. But yeah, I'd probably say that was probably my top three. Definitely. But there's so many good ones out there. I mean, I say older movies because I think to myself, you had to act, you did your stunts and stuff. Some people did their own stunts, some people used stunt people. But I feel now everything's all AI, all green screen and everything. Nobody really seems to do anything. Truman Show, that's another good one as well. Oh, I'd say Bugs Bunny because I like carrots. But some people might say I look a bit like Wilbur because I'm a big guy. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, there's so many. I mean, I've got on my computer alone, I've probably got 1,000 movies, all different, and that's um, movies and TV shows as well. So, like I say, if I'm not always looking at the camera, I am looking at chat as well. It's not very nice, is it? Wow. Still kicking, still nice. Like I say, still warm here, even though it's nearly 11 o'clock here in the UK. Still extremely hot. Hey, we all could be minions. We're all probably all minions. I don't know what the temperature is here, but it is still warm. Has cooled down a bit compared to earlier on in the stream where I've been absolutely sweating. Yeah. Craig D, Gem, same. If you're in the UK as well, you probably know it's been hot, and last night was the same for me. Even the night before, me and the missus did nothing but toss and turn. Every time we threw the flipping blanket off ourselves, we ended up throwing it on the other person in bed. And it just made it worse. So that's not bad, Tim. Gone up a few degrees. 27 degrees. Ooh. I mean, this room here, I've got my own room, my own space for doing my vape stuff and my videos. And I've got my windows open as well. So there is you know, a bit of a breeze cut, but it's still warm. Still warm. So I'm assuming we're about the same, between about 20 and 30. Yeah, Tim, you probably know in the UK, we like to complain about weather. It doesn't matter what it is. Can be warm, we'll complain it's too warm and not cool enough. Rains, it'll be like it's too wet. I don't like rain, it's not warm enough. It's just a UK thing. Yeah. But Steve-O, isn't that normal for you? Isn't that like a normal day for you, though? Because obviously in the USA and other hot countries, what we call absolutely boiling hot, which is 25 to 30 or above, we can't cope. So I don't know if that's normal for you, Steve-O. It's more fresher, Jem. Yeah. True. Global warming for you, Craig D. Global warming. Yeah. I think it is for anybody. I mean, my sister, she lives in Florida, in America, and she has done for a good nearly 10 years now. And wherever she's come back to the UK, even when it's been hot, she's had a flipping jacket on. Right. Jen, me and my missus do that, you know. Even if it's just an excuse to get something to go, because locally we've got Aldi and Asda, and even if it's just to get some milk or some bread or something, we'll go to the supermarket and we'll spend like half an hour there just to cool down. And we're walking around with a bottle of milk or some bread and stuff, and people probably thinking, are they on the rob? Yeah. But yeah, that's what we do. We'll go to think, do we need some milk? Do we need any more pop? Do we need anything for the house? Let's go down to the supermarket for half an hour for a couple of things, or an hour. I'm just thinking about it now. We must look absolutely idiots or look as if we're on the rob or going to steal something. Because we'll be walking around the supermarket for an hour with like about 5 things in our basket or our trolley. But we're in there regularly, and the security knows us, so I suppose it's not that bad. But anybody that doesn't know probably think, are they on the rob? They've been in here for an hour. Yeah, we don't. A standard, Steve-O. I think it's because most of our weather is cold, apart from summer. We seem to be getting hotter summers now and stuff like that. But I think it probably get to a stage where we will need. I mean, we can buy air conditioning units that we plug in that blows out cool air, but our homes don't come standard with air con in. But like I say, we don't have hot weather most of the year, and we're lucky to even get hot weather in the summer as well. Yeah, definitely. And where we're living in a right old house. So they were made the old way where the walls are really, really thick. So only a couple of rooms in the house get cool, preferably this one, you know. Yeah. Steve, how did you used to cope with that then? If you didn't have AC in your building before? I mean, again, it's not. I mean, I watch your lives, and most of the time I see you in a hoodie. But I also assume that if you're in that weather constantly, you get used to it. So what's cold to people in hot countries might be boiling hot to us. Don't forget to hydrate. All right. Are they the ones that you see that are on your window? Is it? Or that you see on American TV or movies or thingies? Is it those ones that you attach to your window? Yeah. Can't remember, Steve-O, because I watch a lot of things. I don't know if it was your stream or somebody else's stream that mentioned that they have two. One for sucking out all your vapor and then also bringing in cool air. Now, I can't remember if I've watched that on a stream or a YouTube video or just something I've seen on social media. Right. I'm not in America, so I don't know that. I just automatically assume if you're in America, you've automatically got aircon in your houses. Although I do see those, places or apartments that have those box fans and stuff. Right. But like I say, in the UK, you can find air conditioning units that you plug in, you stick ice in. Uh, yeah, Jem, thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. I will be wrapping up very, very soon as well. The only reason why I've stayed on is because all you lovely people are being here chatting and stuff, which I love, and I appreciate you all, each and every one of you. Thanks for coming, Jen. Hope I see you on the next one. Right, guys, been going on for about 3 hours now. So I think I'll more or less halt it there. It's been brilliant. Normally run for about a couple of hours. Extra stuff takes me longer. Or if just more people are in the chat and we're all having a chat, talking about old shit, old school stuff. You know, it's brilliant. Oh, you guys are what keep me behind the camera. Like I say, I prefer doing lives rather than doing videos and uploading because I like to obviously interact with my audience. Or if anybody's got questions about what I'm doing at the time, they can ask as well. So it's what I love doing. It's what I love doing. I know, Savage. I know. I know. I think because it's late, I think once I get more popular and I've got more people watching, you know, a lot of more people talking, a lot more questions, a lot more, you know, interacting with people, you know, I probably will go on longer. But, you know, if it runs on long, it runs on long. And plus, I don't want to be jabbering and saying the same thing over and over again because obviously that can be boring as well for people. So, excuse me. So what I'll do, guys, is I'll leave it there. Thanks to everybody that's joined. Shout out to the hashtag replay crew for people that join the replay. I appreciate you all and love you all. Best way, like I say, to support this channel is to hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure that bell notification is on all. So whatever I upload, whether it's a review, a live, a short, you will be notified as well. If you wish to do so, there's also Buy Me a Coffee pinned up at the top. If you wish to do so, buy me a coffee. It keeps me behind the camera and also keeps me bringing good content. If you don't want to, that's perfect. I'm here every Wednesday, UK time, 8 p.m. every week. And I'm here for you all just to chill, chat, and then bam. A 24-hour. Oh, a 24-hour stream. I don't think I could do 24 hours drinking. I'll be like, you won't even know what I'm flipping talking about. People soon dip out quicker if I'd stream for 24 hours. So, guys, yeah, I'll leave it there. Night, Savage. Night, everybody. Love you all. I appreciate you all. And I will see you next week. I've got a couple of clicks before I end stuff. So, guys, thanks again. Here every week, Wednesday, 8 p.m. UK time. You can follow me on social media, Instagram, Facebook. My main profile is Instagram. That's where you can reach me if you want to message me or do stuff or anything. If you like this content, please consider subscribing and following as well. Love you all. Love and respect. Love each and every one of you. It's been a great live today, and I love you all. I appreciate you all. So, guys, love and respect. Vape safe, and I'll see you on the next one, guys.